Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Silver Slayer. The truth is, silver is scarce, not too much silver to go around. And one day, I can guarantee someone's going to be willing to pay a pretty penny to get your silver. And you're going to be able to set the price. The producers turn into the consumers, and the consumers turn into the producers. The people like us that want the silver are going to be selling it to people that need the silver. If you want the newest, latest iPhone, you better hope that they still need the silver. You better hope they still are willing to buy it. And think about it. Even if silver's $100, they still need it. See, we want it, they need it. So regardless of what the price is, big business corporations, people that use silver in everything as we advance technologically, is still going to be stockpiling silver. Before we dive deeper into this subject, though, make sure you're subscribed. I post daily videos, and I don't say subscribe for my sake, it's for your own. Every single day, giving you guys the newest, latest, freshest, most up-to-date information in the world of precious metals. I'm also doing a $1,000 silver giveaway. I'm giving away more than $1,000 worth of silver to a couple of you. It's going to be my biggest giveaway ever once we hit 40,000 subscribers, so make sure you click that subscribe button. Trust me, it will pay off someday. So, since there's not too much silver going around, and this is simply because the pandemic hit Mexico and Peru so hard. Mexico and Peru, those two countries together, produce 40% of the global silver supply. 40%, almost half. They got hit extremely hard by the pandemic. So they were shut down for a while. And when they did come back to work, when the mines did reopen, limited workers, 6 feet distance. So the workspace was very, very limited. And not only that, the silver they did produce, there was so many boundary limitations and just trying to transport that silver with all the borders, and it was chaotic. U.S. Mint ran out of Silver Eagles, made an emergency million mintage of the San Fran Mint at the end of the year. Royal Canadian Mint shut down for 2 weeks. Silver was hit hard. Well, the markets were, the production was. But the supply and the demand don't meet. Low supply, high demand shoots the price up. We know, especially once silver hit $30 in August, everyone wanted a slice of the silver pie. But silver's diminishing, it's vanishing. So we have this rapidly increasing demand with a vanishing supply. That's why we see $10, $15 premiums on a coin that should be sold at spot price. Once upon a time, you could buy an American Eagle for $2, $3 over spot. Nowadays, you're going to be paying $10 over spot, probably more. American Eagles are being sold at the same price as a Panda. That's not normal, but it's the new normal. We're going to be talking about the days that we could go on APMEX and buy an American Eagle for spot price. That's crazy. But it's the new normal. We got to get used to it. And pretty soon people will get desensitized to it and we'll forget about the past. And that's going to keep moving forwards. Look at Bitcoin, $32,000. That's the new normal. I remember making videos talking about Bitcoin at $1,800 on this channel. I started buying Bitcoin at $1,800. And I was telling you guys to buy it. A lot of people, I guess, disowned me from a silver stacking channel from that. But who cares? Regardless, the point is, as the price kept going higher, people get desensitized. At $1,800, if I would have told you that Bitcoin would be $32,000 one day, one, you wouldn't have believed me. But two, that sounds crazy. But now that $32,000 is here, it's normal. So when silver hits $50, we'll be looking back and be, wow, silver was $26 once upon a time. When it hits $100, whoa, silver was $50, $26 once upon a time. We get desensitized to these high prices. Right now, $100 silver sounds crazy, but when it happens, it won't be that crazy because we'll be used to it. It will be the new normal. I'm trying to get you guys to look at the bigger picture. The bigger picture. And Bitcoin's a perfect example because not too long ago, it was a lot cheaper and nobody's talking about how cheap it was only a couple of years ago. So what do I mean when I say the producers will turn into consumers and consumers turn into producers? What do I mean when I say that someone's going to be willing to pay a pretty penny and that you're going to be able to set the price? What do I mean by that? So, silver comes out of the ground roughly 8-1 compared to gold. I'd say probably to give a little bit of a leeway, probably around 10-1. But I think the ratio is much smaller than that. Much smaller. I'd say probably 4-1. Honestly, even though the gold to silver ratio is like 75-1 right now, comes out of the ground roughly 4-1. So in realistic terms, silver should only be about 4 times cheaper than gold, but it's 75 times cheaper. That's how you know that silver is devalued. In 1930, the gold to silver ratio was 16-1 until FDR came in office and changed it to 75-1. He single-handedly devalued silver. But anyways, that's besides the point. The point is this. A lot of gold is remelted, recycled, reused, rescrapped because it's profitable. People pawn their jewelry, earrings, necklaces, rings. They scrap gold out of laptops. And a lot of gold is recirculated around the globe. Silver, on the other hand, is lost. It's thrown away because it's used so much more in technology, and nobody's going to take time to scrap silver out of a laptop or even pawn their jewelry because they're going to get a couple dollars. Gold, you'll get you'll get a pretty penny. Silver, not so much. So a lot of silver's lost. So when the demand exceeds the supply and there's a huge shortage, we're just starting to see the first signs of the shortage, of what scarcity is doing to silver prices. In a couple of years from now, they're expecting by 2023, 2025, they're expecting the 5G, solar panels and all that, the demand for silver is going to boom. But we are already in the red with production. So pretty soon, silver won't be easy to get. The only time you're going to be able to get silver, or especially in large amounts, is going to be from us, the people that own it. But we can set the price, because if there's no market for it, then we create a market, and people have to pay that price. I could go on eBay, and this is going to be two-sided. I'm going to show you both sides of this, how this works. And this could also work, and I'll explain why selling can be tricky. I could go on eBay and say my 2016 PF70 Ultra Cameo Moon Festival Panda, my favorite coin, is worth $300. But if no one's willing to pay me $300 for it, is that coin really worth $300? See, if there's no market, you create the price. And if no one's willing to buy it, then is that price really the value? I guess that's depending on each person, right? From person to person. Now let's flip that around. If you are looking to buy silver and someone lists the price, but you need it, do you have a choice but to buy it at whatever price? No. If you want the latest iPhone, then you better hope that they are willing to pay that price. And they have to, because no other metal is anywhere near as cheap as silver. Silver is the most highly conductive metal for thermal conductivity and electricity and light sensitivity. It's used in everything. No other metal performs as well as silver does, lasts as long as it does, and it sure as heck ain't cheap as any other metal. Gold, imagine replacing gold with silver. 70 times more valuable, 70 times more expensive. The cost of production is very cheap with silver. So even if it's $100, they're looking at it as still cheap. To us, that sounds expensive. If you want to talk about crazy silver prices, we're living in crazy times. So I'm trying to really get you guys to get desensitized, because a lot of people doubt $50 silver. A lot of people doubt $100 silver, and it's actually not that crazy to think of, especially looking at the times we're in. $100 silver is almost a given. Think in like 10, 15 years from now, if you could look back on today's time, already knowing what over the next year what happens, because we're coming from a futuristic perspective, and silver does hit $100 over the next couple of years. If you're 15 years ahead, you would say, of course it was going to, right? Be like, of course. We mean a global pandemic. There's a silver shortage. How much silver is needed with all the stuff we're advancing. It would be blatantly obvious that silver is going to hit that. But now, since we're in it right now, we doubt ourselves. We doubt. We try to justify. We try to play off of our hearts, not our heads. And the thing is, if we look at this realistic, it's blatantly obvious that silver is going to be a lot higher. And that's my opinion, right? But in my opinion, it's blatant, not even very, it's blatantly obvious, to say the least. And a lot of other people agree. Bank of America, Citibank, I think the Dutch Bank, even the Silver Institute, the holy grail of information, even called it out. Goldman Sachs, billionaires, so many people have been telling us that silver is about to explode. Even banks are. Banks aren't known to throw silver out as a good investment. Usually gold, yes, but silver, no, because it's not even money to them. Gold is money to them. But even banks are saying silver's about to rally big. So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope I got my point across. If you did think this video was educational, informational, at least entertaining, make sure to smash the like button. I post daily videos. Subscribe. You got to be subscribed, especially if you want a chance to win a lot of silver. Thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.